Hey guys, good morning. So, today my TED Talk is about boundaries and saying no and feeling content with your decisions and not trusting yourself. And I remember years ago, somebody told me, um, you need to trust yourself. Because I would always, at the time, I wasn't really aware of it, but I would always be like, would you have done this, or what do you think about this, or this is what I said, or this is what I did. And I still kind of somewhat do that, but not to the degree of needing their approval. It's just more like, well, this is what went down, and kind of thing. And my parents always kind of told us, and just seeing enough court TV cases and just relatives and stuff, that I'm just gonna spit it out there. Somebody asked me to co-sign for them on something, and I just was kind of like unapologetically. Is that the word? I was just like, no, basically. Like, I didn't say no like that, but I just feel like that's just really overstepping boundaries, in my opinion. And I think we just need to really. I read an article once about you should not feel guilty about saying no to things you don't want to do, and I can't pinpoint why I was 100% uncomfortable with it, but I just am, because it's not that the person was like, I pay my things or whatever like that. And I'm just like, it's not really that though. Because the person doesn't have credit history. But the thing is, like, they have family members. Like, why didn't these people who know exactly what you're trying to do too, why are they like saying no or not helping? Like, that's where my thing is. And I just feel like if you have been like a relationship or like someone I knew like for a while, even then I would be skeptical. But I think it's a circumstantial thing sometimes, so people do it. But my parents always just kind of told us not to do that kind of thing, and it's worked for me so far. So I just feel like I've seen also just too many cases on Judge Judy. My uncle was on Judge Judy because of that kind of thing. So a situation involving that, doing that, and he learns, even though he was an older guy at the time, he learned the hard way that yeah, you don't do that. And it's like, but now, so I was talking about venting to my other friend, my friend Paula, that I was saying how yeah, I'm gonna expect now the silent treatment and her to avoid me now just because I said no. And I'm like, but any normal person would say no, because that's not that's not like asking somebody, can you go buy groceries, can you go buy milk or whatever. That's asking someone to, first of all, to me it was a sketch from jump, because they said that the person was like, oh, the co-signer just has to have been working at their job for a year. And that sounds like, okay, I remember back in the day when they would do those, like, when tax refunds were coming out, they would say like, um you your job is your credit to get cars. It was like car dealers, little, not probably like the big ones, but like little, maybe medium sized car dealerships. And they kind of, but that's a risk that they're taking. They're taking people who you don't have to have good credit, but your job is your credit. But the way they're doing it is, well, I don't know about landlords, but the way that the car dealership is doing it, for my, what I'm assuming is they're getting your payroll information or something, and so that if the person defaults, they just start taking from your check. That's what I think it is. I don't know, because I have never dealt with it personally, but from the sounds of it, they're taking a risk anyway, because they're saying, well, it doesn't matter your credit. Like, typically it would matter, right? So when they broached it to me, I was like, yeah, but they run your credit. It's not like you just do that. And then she told me that part, and I was just like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable. And then I said the part about, I don't expect you to talk to me anymore after this, but it's okay. I get it. Because it's just like, no. But at the same time, it's just like my friend was saying, why isn't your family members doing it? They know you more than I do, and they've been around you longer. And I just feel like why do people? Where's this all this audacity coming from with people like asking people things like that or asking people for money? It's just really weird, and especially when it's people you only know from like a job or school or things like you don't know them like lifelong or anything. And even then, it's risky because that's what the majority of judge cases are about, with people you've known. And money is the root of valuable between people. It's not, but it can be because people ask for it in good faith sometimes, but then they just figure, well, hey, that's my cousin, so stuff like that. But I guess what I was trying to get from my friend was like, what I don't understand is why she doesn't see it that way. Sorry, because my thing's coming off my hat. Showing all my gray hairs. So my thing is that's just overstepping boundaries, and I've already had in my mind at least like boundary issues with this person. Like I feel like we're just different. We're different in how we feel like people um like what people owe you of themselves. That's how I think of it. Yeah. Like it's like some people feel that you're friends with them or you're close to them or you're involved with them, and so you have to tell them every little thing. You have to think of every little thought that they have to know, and they have to be and that's just to me not even healthy, because where's the I don't even understand the word. I think it's autonomy. Like where's the independence split off at? Like people who are who they are before you meet, and um you know it's like they are who they are. And if you're that type of person who's like, I bailed people out before, I did this, I did that, but at the end of the day you're hitting somebody up to do it that you haven't known that long to do this for you. Okay, these people that you bailed out, where are they at? Like, why aren't you hitting them up? And why you if you're around people, you are the company you keep too. And it's like, if you're around people who can't do anything for you but just a good time, give you a little weed, give you a little alcohol, what are they good for? They can't even do anything else for you. So, and that's the kind of thing you're gonna have around you in your thing. So I just feel like ask them. Like either way, I don't even whoever she asks, guys. It's just like my whole thing is no. And if that's what it is to end the friendship, I'm using quotes now because I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this person anymore. Like even prior to this, like maybe like the last time. I'm just like I said, I'm very direct about certain things. So if people are kind of like being passive about things, and then they try to be all no, it wasn't even about the passive thing. It was just like I was trying to say in that video, but I was like sick of the thing, so it wasn't coming out clear. Um, what my problem with this person was, they, it's like other people can do all kinds of things to them and can potentially f up their money, f up their life in different ways. All these things, and like you, it's like you do anything that they're just like, just because you're not fake nice all 24/7, they're like, oh, you get what they should be doing to all these other people who really aren't there for them or anything for them. And you're like, that was when it hit me. I was just like, you know what, we good but we ain't good, like, and I am a believer of like people come into your life for a reason. What is it? A reason, a season, or a lifetime kind of thing. And I don't know, this person's pushing it. Like I think there may be reason. I don't know if they're even season. I don't know. Because I'm seriously like, I don't know. Like I just always felt that I just always feel like, um, you try to give like people the benefit of the doubt sometimes, but you kind of just like, you know, either way, you may feel comfortable doing that, but I don't. And we're different people, and it doesn't mean that the person doesn't care about you. And there's people who they won't even do that for their kids and stuff. They're like, they have kids and they're like, no, I'm not going to co-sign for them. They got to do their own thing. So it has nothing to do with caring about somebody. It's just about, um, I don't feel that our friendship, relationship, whatever, like reaches that level, like of let me give you all my info, and that's it's risky, and I have a feeling we're gonna end up on Judge Judy, about it in a year if I do that. And that's another thing is if the person isn't really someone that, like, for example, and I'm not like speaking specifically, but some people are the types that they'll blow you up all the time, and that could be annoying in its own way too. And there's other people who they'll talk to you at certain times. Like, what is it? There's a saying. There's a difference between. It's usually they try to say it about like guys and stuff. Like guys as approach, like how we got to see the difference between a guy who makes time for us and a guy who, what is it? Who talks to you when they're bored versus a guy who talks to you who makes time to talk to you. Yeah, that was what it was. That's when I seen it. I was reading like they were giving you the tips, like how do you know a guy likes you or this and that. So it's like you oh god, I lost my train of thought, you guys. It's like another way I could say how people are different. It doesn't mean that they can't coexist as friends or whatever. But it's like I'm the type of person who, even if I felt like the person wasn't big, if they were busy or they're doing something, everyone has their own life, everyone's doing their own thing. But I'm the type of person who, and I'm just gonna keep 100, or how do they say it? I'm gonna keep it butt. Like what do those rappers say? I'm the type of person who, if I feel like if I reach out to you, just out of common courtesy, hit me back up like at least once, like that day or something. And say, oh, I'll hit you up later, I'll talk to you later, do something. But just to go all these days not answering, and then be like, when you're gonna see them, or when you're bored or you have to deal with them, then you hit them up or answer. Like, yeah, that's what I don't like. I don't like that. But some people don't feel that way. They feel like, you know, I'll just deal with you when I deal with you, and that's how when you know what place you are in a person's life, what priority you are to them. So I just look at it that way. We're all different, but I'm the type that, like, I feel that way. So if, for example, you're the type that wants someone that you don't even put that high of a priority in your life, um, like to do something like that for you, and put their stuff on the line, it's kind of like, okay, like that's when you kind of just have to ask yourself, is like this type of person, where are they in my life? So that's where I'm getting at. Is I'm saying that I know some people are very flaky with it and they'll just do it just because they want to keep the connection with the person. But I'm just the type that if the person doesn't respect like what I feel about it, and vice versa, I'm not saying I'm perfect with that kind of thing either. I'm definitely not saying that, because I've had my times back in the day and everything where if I didn't get my way or whatever, I was just like not talking to them or whatever. But that was then, with age comes wisdom, So when we get older, we realize, oh, that was childish. I did that. But this person's older too, and it's like when you don't get your way, or when the person doesn't act just how you think they should be acting all the time. You do like you do little things that, in my opinion, are like childish behavior. So I've already, like I'm saying, basically I've already kind of like sized this person up, and I'm just like, when I made my decision, which it was probably going to be no either way, just because I feel like it was going to be no for whatever reason, you guys. I don't have to really explain that to her. That's the thing. But I did, just because, just out of common courtesy about it. But it's gonna be no, just because that's how I feel about that kind of thing. I feel like, it depends on the type of relationship I have with the person, and there's other factors involved, and it's just, obviously, yeah. If I was moving in there too, yeah, I probably would just say, well, just put my stuff too, and both of us will just put our names on it. But I'm not even involved in this, and my stuff's all out there now. That's just how it is. But I don't know. I guess I'm just annoyed because I feel like, why are you mad? Like, the person made their decision, and it's like, that's not even something you ask somebody that you have really no deep friendship connection with, like that. You just kind of have, basically, a little bit. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I never told this person a lot of things, or things I don't discuss with everybody, but I mean, there's other people I've discussed similar things with them, and they don't like, oh, can you co-sign on this, or really, I don't know. I'm just venting about it because I'm just annoyed, like, about the fact that people kind of like, they have the nerve just to be like, you can't make a decision for yourself. Like, I want you to do this, and if you don't do this, you don't care about me, and you don't. That's like something a kid would say or act like. Like, I can see my niece doing that. Like, if because she's 9, 8 or 9. I'm sorry. Oh my god, she's 23. So I'm 23. She'll be 10. She's 9. So yeah, she's 9. That's something that someone that age range, maybe younger than that, would say. So someone who's in their 30s, yeah, you already know people have their own minds. So yeah, I don't know how I feel now. I'm at the point now I don't care anymore about interacting with her anymore. Like, if she talks to me, I'll talk to her, but I'm not. I think I'm slowly closing the door on the, like, association with this person, you know, because I just feel like, like I said, I'm not gonna be like, oh, don't call me, don't text me, or don't say nothing to me, but I just feel like this is childish, and I'm just the type of person who I don't want to deal with it. I don't have to deal with it. Like, it's too easy for me just to be like, nope, this is disturbing my peace. So, not, you know, with people, like, it just depends on the situation, but, you know, I still have a long way to go with that kind of thing. I've learned a lot over the years, but I don't know. I don't even know why I felt so sad about it yesterday. Not sad, but I was just upset and sad. And like, my dad called, and I kind of like rushed him off the phone a little bit. I just wasn't in the mood because, well, he was just calling me to see if I got his text, which he was just telling me the same thing that was in the text, and I couldn't really talk because I was in a space where I couldn't talk. I was like on my way to work. I wasn't in the mood, like. But it just really got to me, and like, I was so thankful for my friend for like venting, like giving me advice, and like saying, no, that's weird as hell. Why isn't she asking her family this and that? And I guess the part that, like I said, bothers me is that she doesn't see it that way, or because she wouldn't be mad about it. She'd be like, you know what, I'm mad right now, or she would say, you know what, and maybe, who knows? This is only the second day after it happened, so I don't know what she's gonna do down the road, but I'm not gonna be begging her. Like, I'm over that. I used to do that stuff all the time back when I was younger. Like, I would just beg people, like, oh my god, please talk to me. I'm sorry, blah blah. And I just stopped doing it because nobody deserves that unless they've proven that. Unless I really feel I was wrong about the situation. But I did it sometimes like what, you know, just because I didn't want to lose the attention or the contact or whatever. You know, it's low self esteem, it's loneliness, it's a lot of different things involved, in doing that kind of thing. So, I don't know. But I'll keep you guys posted on this. I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm just not losing sleep over it either. I'm just like, well, but I had to do my video. It was supposed to only be like a 3-minute video. Anyway, you guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good. Oh, what day is it? It's Thursday. Right when I get to Morovia, I gotta go get some money out, put it into another account. So I have a few things I gotta do before I get home. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.